me today. This video is in collaboration with my beautiful friend here on YouTube named Makeup by Raji. I'm sure you guys have seen her before. We have collaborated last year around the same time, and this year we wanted to do a very glam fall look. So this is what I came up with. I wanted to do something super glam, something super fun that you'd want to wear out, that's easy to do, because even though I use a lot of products in this video, like you guys can use whatever it is that you have. It's not hard to do, and I want you guys to be able to recreate this easily this holiday season, because the holiday season's always about like glitz and glam and glitter and sparkle, and that's what I wanted to bring to this look, complete with lashes. So if you guys want to see Makeup by Raji's look, make sure you guys check her out. I'm going to insert a clip right here so you guys can see how she did her look. And then if you guys want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Starting out with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is just my tried and tested eyeshadow primer that I love. Then with my Sleek Storm palette, I'm using that darker mauvish purple color and piling this on top of my eye. I do find that I had to go back and grab a lot of eyeshadow a few times just to make sure it's pigmented and dark and it looks good. Then I'm going in with ColourPop eyeshadow in the color I Heart This. And I'm using a brush, and as you guys can see, it looks like it's been foiled, but it hasn't. And you guys will even notice the texture now, it's kind of falling off almost like foil. But I love these eyeshadows. It gives your eye that sort of wet look, which I think looks so good for glamorous looks. I'm going back into my Sleek palette and picking up the lightest color that there is in there as my tear duct color. And with this tear duct, I'm not just putting this directly in there, I'm also raising it above the eye, going towards the eyebrow just because I wanted more of a dramatic look. I know it looks like a lot here and very intense, but when the rest of the eye is done, you guys will see that that's not at all the case. Next, I'm going in with my Stila eyeliner. This is in the color Stingray, and this is the darkest, blackest eyeliner ever right now, and I'm just loving it. It's absolutely become my favorite right now. It really, really does stay on well. Then with my Tarte lid palette that I just got, I'm using the dark purple color in there called Best Friend. And this is actually my middle shade for my crease. This is going to be sort of my transition color before I use a darker color. And as you guys can see, I'm being really gentle and just putting this into my crease above the first purple that we put in there, just to create a transition between this and the next color. Then I'm using a shadow shield, and I'm attaching this to my eye just so I get more of a cat-eyed look and it's not as messy. This is just a brush that doesn't have any eyeshadow. I'm just sort of creating shape here by dragging out the colors farther. Then with another ColourPop eyeshadow in the color 3, I'm putting this just in the very corner. This one doesn't add too much darkness because it does have shimmer, but I do like the depth that it provided. So I'm just putting this in the corner, taking it up, and creating a little tiny V underneath the other eyeshadow. Then from my Too Faced chocolate bar, I'm picking up that dark purple color, and this is my main crease color. With a 217 brush by MAC, I'm going to go ahead and keep piling this on until it gets a little bit darker. But I don't want this to be too overwhelmingly dark, more just to create as much depth as I want in this crease. So that's why the shadow shield is here, to give me more of that cat-eyed look, as opposed to it coming out farther and both the eyes not matching. It's just easier. Then in the chocolate bar, I'm picking up that matte color. I'm using that as my highlight. I chose not to go with something more glitzy because the eye is so bright. And sort of foiled and wet looking. This is my Makeup Forever ink liner. I really struggle with doing winged liners. That's why the shadow shield also really helps me. I think it'll help all of you guys who are beginners at this or maybe just struggle with this. And I'm just doing a normal cat eye right here. And then I'm going back with my Stila eyeliner to sort of get in those little tiny areas that don't look as dark. Then with my Ben Nye Coral blush, actually, I'm going to go ahead and put this all over my mouth area because that tends to be darker. For anybody who has pigmentation, this is the best way to go about it. Put in an orange or pink shade and you'll put your foundation over that. I'm using my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus in color 65. I'm mixing in my N70 in my Cover FX priming drops, or what are they called? Custom drops. And I just love the coverage it gives me. This is specifically for coverage purposes, not because the Makeup Forever does not match me. So I think this is my favorite way to use the custom cover drops because I just feel like it gives me insane coverage. And for the fall and winter, I definitely like to have thicker coverage than I do in my normal life. So I like the look that this gives me. It also really covers up the orange well. Then because my nose area just has so many pores, I like to go back and use a normal brush to make sure that the foundation has gone inside my pores as opposed to sitting on top of it. With my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, I am going to go ahead and highlight my eyes. This is my concealer as well as highlighter. I also got the middle of my forehead and the center of my chin. This is in the color medium with the neutral undertone. And I really like how this concealer works on my skin. It's so pigmented. It's thicker than the MAC Pro Longwear, which I also love. So I'm a huge fan. This is my MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder. I'm putting this all over my face. I have to really powder my face for it to last all day, so that's what I've done. Then with the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, I'm picking up that middle brown color. This is my bronzer. This is not my contour. I'm not really contouring today, so I'm just bronzing parts of my face to bring back that warmth that tends to be taken away when you use foundation. Then with that slightly orange toned color, I'm using that to color correct on top of my chin area, the area that I put my orange concealer basically on, or corrector, and that just brightens it up. Then with the lightest of the three colors, I'm using that under my eyes to brighten this area up as well. I know you guys have mentioned previously that you think it looks ashy, but in this video and in real life it doesn't. Then with the very left-hand side brown shade, I'm contouring my nose. This has definitely taken practice, you guys. It's not like a quick, easy thing all the time. It's just now that I finally learned how to do it for my nose shape, it's quicker for me. If you guys want to see how I do it in smaller steps and easier to understand, watch my Kat Von D Shade Light video palette, or not palette, video, and you guys will learn how to do it. I'm taking that banana color and putting that just on top of my nose, just towards the middle of my nose. Then with my NARS blush in Deep Throat, which I'm just loving right now, I'm being pretty generous and putting this all over my cheeks. I'm loving like a bright cheek color right now. So I am going to go ahead and put that all over my cheeks. And then I'm following with Becca's highlighter in Opal. And I love this highlighter. I just think that it really brightens up your face and looks amazing. Then with MAC's Plum lip liner, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips, and I'm also sort of coloring inside the lip, not just the outline, which I like to do with all of my lip liners. For me, that's the most flattering way to wear lip liner, as opposed to have a thick, opaque line around my lips. And I keep smudging as I go because I just think that makes it look more natural. This is Tarte's Lipsurgence in the color Hope, which I just love. It is a matte color. I was planning on wearing that by itself, then it looked too blah, so I went ahead and added another color, and that is called Tempted. To make it darker, it's got like a really fresh, minty sort of smell, and it's a comfortable wear, and this is so appropriate for the winter, so I am just loving it. I'm thinking about whether to do a full review on these or not. Then again, with my Becca Opal highlighter, I'm just casually putting on a little bit on my Cupid's bow. I just think that this adds a lot of character to my face and also makes the dark lip color seem a little bit less intimidating. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown to do my eyebrows. You guys already know the drill. You know how I do my eyebrows at this point. Nothing fancy. I just sort of, continue on with my normal brow shape. Then I'm using Sugar Pill Cosmetics eyelashes in the color, or not the color, in the style Precious. I'm putting on my eyelashes. Here is the finished look with the brows and the lashes on, and you can keep pressing on them to make sure that they actually work out for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful to you. Don't forget to give this a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely post your comments down below on any thoughts that you have or any ideas for future tutorials, anyone that you think that I should check out on YouTube, whatever it is. I always read all of your comments and I always respond back to you guys. So I look forward to that every time I look at my YouTube page. So thank you guys. See you guys later. Bye.